back to Midwest Access. I'm Viv Williams. Our good friend Robin Gwaltney of the Gwaltney Group is here to share some of her knowledge about the real estate market. Thanks for being here again today.
Of course.
Yay. And so we're talking HOAs?
Yes.
Okay. So for people who don't even know what they are, what does that stand for?
Homeowners Association.
Okay.
So in Rochester, it typically comes with like condos, townhomes, very few single-family neighborhoods. In other markets, it's very common, like in gated communities, single-family neighborhoods, to pay for the pool, the tennis courts, the kind of CIC, so common interest community. So any community where they share some amenities.
Okay.
Okay.
So that sounds great, because then you don't have to take care of things, but it also means that you're restricted in some areas too. What are the pros and cons?
Okay, and so I think what people need to understand is not all HOAs are created equally, okay? And it's not even, you can't even say, oh, that's a great HOA, it's only $125. That one's horrible, it's $600, because the $600 one might include your electric bill, your heat, your garbage, your insurance. So it just depends on what you're getting for the dollars that you're spending, okay? So sometimes some of the downtown condos have super expensive HOAs, like $900 a month, but you don't pay for anything. Like it covers your cable, your internet, your trash, your heat, your electricity. So I mean, if you're thinking about what you spend on all of those bills, it's probably not a bad deal.
And also, first of all, I didn't realize that like utilities were included in that. And also, all those individual bills can be a hassle. So that's one, consolidating them could be a plus.
Exactly.
But what are the downsides?
The downsides are, sometimes people say, I don't want to pay, well, right now, I'll back up a little bit. Sometimes people are just like flying to the places, especially in Rochester. We have a lot of young professionals that work 10 and 12 hours a day. The last thing they want to do is go home and shovel snow or mow the lawn. So if they have an HOA that takes care of that, that's a huge plus, right? Yes. And so it's worth it. But now with the interest rates being so high, I mean, people are paying like 6.5%, that they look at the payment and then they add the HOA on top, and it's like, eugh, that's a lot, you know? So sometimes people are veering away from them because, and that's all really controlled by the market. So when the market's really strong and healthy and things are flying off the shelf, people are loving the HOAs because the interest rates are a little lower, payments a little lower, even with the HOA, pretty affordable. But when things start to get tight, the things we noticed sitting the longest are the properties with the HOAs.
Okay, and what about things like if you want to paint your house pink?
The rules, you want to talk about rules, okay?
Yes.
So the HOA is kind of two parts, right? What it covers, you know, what things it pays for, and then what it controls. So yes, it does say, yes, you can use this house as a rental property, or no, you cannot. Yes, you can have pets. No, you cannot. You can have pets, but only one dog or one cat under 30 pounds. I mean, each HOA has their own set of rules, and you just have to abide by them. You would hate some HOAs, Viv, because some HOAs you can't plant anything. You can only have what the HOA plants.
Clutch my pearls.
That would not probably work for you. But for some people, they're like, great, I don't have to plant anything. They're just going to plant the stuff and take care of it. That's wonderful. So, I mean, it's just each HOA is different. Some of the things that they control that are really good are things like you said. You can't paint your house purple. You can't, you know, you have to match everybody else, and then it keeps your values up, right?
Yes.
Or if you're going to put up a fence, we have to approve it, or maybe you can't put up a fence. So, I mean, do know what the rules are to the HOA before you purchase. Now, I will say one good thing. You have 10 days to read those documents, even after you've purchased it.
Oh, okay.
And then spend that time to go through it line by line. And if there's anything in there, you can say, never mind, this isn't going to work for me. I can't have my chickens, or, you know, whatever it is. So then you can cancel. You don't lose anything. You get your earnest money back, you know, that kind of thing.
10 days after you sign the document.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
10 days.
Yeah, and I could never have one because now I'm going to get some chickens, Robin.
Yeah, there you go. You're not going to be living in any HOA.
Not in the near future.
I think we're going to start to see more, as our city is growing, I think we're going to start to see more single-family neighborhoods with them, but then they'll also come with amenities, right? Because, like, the more people that live here and the more kids there are, the more city pools are crowded, things like that. So if people don't have private pools, maybe they want to live in a neighborhood where there's a neighborhood pool, that kind of thing.
And when you're really busy, a young family, busy, especially if it's a dual income family, I can totally see the attraction. And if you just don't want to spend your time doing maintenance and stuff, because that's taken care of too, right?
And yes,
usually.
it is. And people will say to me, oh, I don't need to have somebody, I don't have to pay to have somebody mow my lawn or shovel my snow. I can just pay for that. It would be the same as paying for the association fee. Good luck finding somebody. I'm just going to tell you that right now. It's easier said than done to just hire somebody to, there are a lot of professional services, but they usually take big contracts,
right.
Or if they do take private individuals, they're coming every week whether you need them or not. They have to, right? They have to have a business model. So it's not that easy just to find somebody to come and shovel or mow when you need them.
Right. Oh, it's true, especially if it snows really heavily and you've got to get to work and there's no one there. An HOA is a plus.
So one last thing I want to say.
Yes.
When you're looking at an HOA, look and see what the financial health is of that HOA. Are there reserves so that when something goes wrong, the money's there and they don't have to assess everybody? So there's just a lot to know about HOAs. And like I said, no two are created equal. So that's something you want to ask me or ask the realtor you're working with.
She's the one. And give us your phone number.
507-259-4926.
Robin, thank you so much for being here with us. I got it out finally. We will see you next Thursday.
Sounds great.
Great. And Midwest Access will be right back after this.